All right.
Now I think it's,
Now
no,
it
it's
should
still
be.
not live. Yeah, it's still not live.
Give it a second. It's coming up now.
Yep, there. My phone just buzzed.
Oh,
Wait
now
for
it's
it.
starting.
Wait for it.
There we go.
There we go. Let's start again because none of that happened. I'm like, what the? What the?
Sorry, Twitch people.
Quick, bring the bard back alive.
All right. Welcome to our D&D campaign, the Ebon Chronicles and the Land of Forgotten Realms. Rams.
Forgotten
Bertorel.
Rams.
I know, right? I can't talk all of a sudden.
Always forget the Rams.
And Twitch is being stupid. God dang it, Twitch. Come on, cooperate with me, you son of a... But welcome to the D&D stream. This is where we hang out and play some D&D. This is the Ebon Chronicles. Glad to have you guys here on this wonderful Easter. Glad to have you. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and Dungeon Master. Glad to have you aboard. On everybody on Twitch and on YouTube. Real quick, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, follow us on Twitch. Check out our Patreon. All your support means a lot. If you want to donate a super chat, you can. We're not really reading the chat when we do a D&D, but you can have fun in chat. If you want to donate, we will catch you and we will say something. But other than that, let's introduce the character, starting with Finn. We just did this. Deja vu. Welcome to the show. Finn, introduce your character.
So I play Organ. I play a bard. And, well, it's largely a bard and a little bit of a sorcerer. I made a little pun before, and that was unintentional the first time, but this time it is intentional. So there you go. I wanted to give it to the Twitch people. So
yeah.
There you go. Science.
Science. And then we've also got Tills, with little Tills in the background jumping up and down.
Yep, I'm playing Celestro, level 15 Wood Elf Druid of the land. I make nature, make things go boom. The little Teals is playing Incredibles 2 in the back, and he's complaining a lot.
Okay. Right below him is Grim.
I'm playing Morngrim, stealthily character, hopefully, and I'm wearing something I just got new in the mail.
Oh, is that your RSG jersey? Wow, look at you.
That
big
it is, man. It is awesome.
We all have one. And last but not least, holding up the smasher extraordinary himself, Johnny. Tell us who you're playing as.
I am playing as Rogue Garrus, the level 15 fighter, mash stuff with a dwarven thrower.
That's right. And we are missing a couple characters today. We're missing Andrew, who plays Yusuf the cleric, who was here last week, and my internet's going...
Cutting in and out.
This happened last...
Artkesh in the chat said he thinks the stream got stuck.
Yeah, let me message.
Well, technically,
I'm still here. It hasn't gone fully out.
also seems like Zoom's a little bit slow today too. I keep on getting red exclamation points in Zoom.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Really? Oh, I'm not getting any of that in Zoom.
Well, it looks like we're back at the moment. Waiting.
Yeah, it looks like we're back.
All right. Oh, God. Well, I'll keep an eye on it, so we'll see. I apologize, everybody. Can't do anything about that.
Well,
it looks like...
I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
I think Ranger might be back too.
I'm back, but I'm trying to.
Sorry, I had to get changed out of the RSG jersey, man. That sucker's hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how? It was actually really cool. We were wearing it in the park.
It's awesome when you're moving, but when you're
Oh.
sitting still,
No.
it doesn't like breathing when you're sitting still,
Oh.
especially when it's like 80 degrees in my house. So I changed into something a little bit nicer. I miss the
Yeah, I think we're gonna put some of the torment cards in the deck.
I
I need a Aquatic Champion.
I think we're
Okay.
back. There we go.
Are we back? Hooray! Is Comcast done messing with you?
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some driving before work this week, so I can put some money away, and I'm gonna get a booster box with a new set.
We were talking Magic the Gathering while we were waiting for Dungeons and Dragons to be back. Well, let's try this again.
At least keep it on subject to Wizards.
It's going back
right?
down.
Yeah, it is. It is all Wizards of the Coast. We're addicts. That's all we can say.
It's still fighting me a little bit. I'm just watching it. Just to make sure that we're good. Seems like we're good. Can someone confirm for me?
I'm checking Twitch and YouTube, and it looks like it's back now. And Restream is saying that the quality is good, so I think we're okay.
yay.
Hooray!
Yay! There was much rejoicing.
Unbelievable, man. How do we... Comcast! Oh, God. Alright, so we're going to try this again. We should be good now. So, welcome to our D&D stream part 3, where I try to get the stream to go. I am your Dungeon Master, Ranger J1999. You've met all the cast and characters. Let's get into a recap of what's happened. Hopefully everything stays cool. No one touch anything. No one make any sudden movements. Finn sacrifice to check into the RNG
Oh,
gods.
what's this shiny thing?
I need to get Grande to chase the chicken first.
See what happens when you forget to feed your hamsters, Ranger?
Yeah, that's not what that is. As much as I'm paying a month, this should not
I bet
be
you regret
happening.
making fun of my toaster now, Grim.
No, your toaster still sucks.
Well, at least your toaster's reliable.
All right. So when last we left our heroes, they had gone to the town of Tiverton on request of the crown to investigate and look for a party of archaeologists and basically a forward party that had been sent to investigate Tiverton, as you know, as they'd found out, was a once thriving city on the borders of Cormyr. And during the Shade War, it was basically wiped off the face of the earth, and what was left was a big hole with a bunch of walls around it and this strange black smoky substance that always perforated the area. But the Crown decided to see if it was feasible to go back and see if there could be anything done about it, and the party they sent had disappeared. Lo and behold, the Ebon Shade were tasked to go and find out what in the world had happened to the party. So they gathered up their supplies, grabbed some of their knights, went to the area, started scouting out, immediately had a bad vibe. As soon as they got near it, they saw something horrifying, that a group of ritualists and were trying to summon something. They weren't sure what it was, and surrounded it were a bunch of gnolls. And these were not normal gnolls. These were gnolls that had glowing red eyes and were basically, when they had done their checks, were possessed demonically. Were basically enraged, demon-possessed gnolls. So the party took action through some spells. They were able to almost save the last of the 4 survivors that were left from the party that they were looking for, but unfortunately they weren't in time. The 4 were sacrificed, and basically it summoned a Belor. And the Belor came out, the party took action, fought the Belor. It was a life and death struggle, and in the end, by the sheer skin of their teeth, through some antics, were able to take down the Balor, but barely coming out of it with their lives. So we leave the Ebon Shade where they were last time, just right after the battle, recovering, doing first aid, checking on everyone, and we'll take it from there. So, Ebon Shade.
Real quick, for the viewers, if you don't know what Balor is, think the giant demon from Lord of the Rings.
Or you can go back and watch last episode and see the giant demon from Lord of the Rings run around, basically throwing them around like they were just nothing.
Well, throwing around Rogaris.
No, it was, throwing around Rogaris and Celestia.
There were a few of us got.
But mainly Rogaris.
I don't know. I pissed it off pretty good. Especially when I killed its summoner buddy.
All right, I'm trying to get that roll 20 to come back up, but it's not coming back up. Why is this not coming back up? Why does this always do this?
I'm stuck in opening planar transport. It crashed on me.
Hold on, I gotta. So I can pull up the thing again since the internet went poopalicious.
I'm sitting here looking at the map of the crater in my character sheet.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to pull it up for everyone to see.
Yeah, mine just loaded. I had to refresh it, but then it loaded.
Yeah, I got the map and my character sheet. Oh, there's everyone. I forget we're all down.
Why
on the
won't
right
this pop up?
You know, there's only one way to solve this. We need an RSG house with our very own D&D room.
Well,
yes.
I can't show the map at the moment.
You know, all Critical Role style or something like that.
I would love that someday. Trust me.
corner. We'd all
Why
just
won't
commute
this-
in every Sunday.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll just live together. I call Big Spoon.
I call the bed to myself, so yeah, you guys can spoon with Teals with the big spoon. I get in my own bed.
You know,
There
you
it
guys
is.
are cool and all, but I'd rather sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I got a tent. Like,
That was a bad choice of words there, Johnny.
well, you know, you go and you just camp out in the front
I
yard.
guess it's Ranger and I.
Airball.
All right, there's the map. There's what happened last time. All right, Ebon Shade, aftermath of the devastation wrought. You and your party are your knights. You're all doing first aid. You're taking care of one another. You are exhausted. You are worn out. You are bloodied. Rogaris looks like he has taken a bath in Jello pudding on multiple occasions and looks like something out of a horror story.
So pretty much what he usually looks like.
He's dripping gore and goo from all over him. There's dead bodies everywhere.
I'm gonna start casting Prestidigitation to clean up Rogaris.
It'll take at least 2 casts of Prestidigitation to get that
Oh,
all
I
off.
don't care. Yeah,
Jeez.
I'll do it. Whatever.
That's how grimy you are, brother. You did the first time, and there's still some stuff on him. You cast it the second time, and it finally cleans it up. I mean, he's still ugly, but it works. You know,
Well,
you just-
even Mr.
I can't do
Clean-
anything about his face.
no, you can't do anything about that. But that crown of intelligence is really gleaming.
I'm gonna cast Control Water, and I'm just gonna bring an endless shower to him.
Well, the prestidigitation cleared him up, so you don't really need to.
He still smelled bad.
Yeah,
Friends like you guys.
yeah. So you see, Oregon casts his spells, cleans him up, and then all of a sudden you just see him just gets drenched by water, even though he's like,
We-
"Oh,
we
I'm
need
good."
to- A rod of deodorante.
Deodorante.
or a speed stick.
I have gone back, by the way, and picked up my rod of alertness, so it's no longer
Sure.
planted in the ground.
I figured you would. I'm not gonna say that you didn't do something like that.
Yeah, so all the baddies are dead.
Pretty much.
So it appears.
Do we want to try and maybe take a short rest and then just recheck the whole area? Because
Well, I was going to say, Celestra, are you still able to do your hawk around here, or is the magical cloak over the place still there?
I'm gonna do something else. Well, if they're discussing that, I'm gonna start approaching the pool of blood.
All right.
Or whatever that is.
I'm just wondering if maybe we should wait. I mean, I know I'm down 145 hit points. I don't know about everybody else.
Well, I'm down a bunch too, but we want to make sure that, when we rest, we're not going to get jumped by if there's anything left that we missed.
Okay. Make a perception check as you start moving around, checking to make sure that there's nothing else around the area. Morgan.
Including me, right, as I'm heading over there?
Well, you're going to the pool, so we'll say
Yeah.
you're doing an investigation check. You're not doing a perception check.
Okay.
So, Morgan...
And I actually have no problem.
So, Morgan, you
flying.
think that the black stuff is still very scary.
It looks clear.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Should I come in and give a real look? Or I was actually intending to actually fly around. I didn't mind that as a pretty good idea.
Okay, I'll say that if you turn into your hawk and do a scouting mission, I'll let you. But yeah, Morgan already started checking the area. So
yeah, I'm gonna do a fly around.
All right, so you transform into a hawk, and then you jump into the air and start spinning around. Make a perception check. 18? Okay, 18, you're able to see the remnants of the battlefield. It is at night, but because you're a hawk, you're able to see clearer. One thing you are starting to notice that some of the black clouds are not as numerous as they were before.
Should make me feel a little better.
You don't know what it makes you feel. It just seems like there's a little bit less...
a little less dark.
Yeah, there's a little bit less of those clouds than you saw previously. They're still there, but they're not as prominent as they were before.
All right, well, I'll interpret it as we obviously took care of something, but we may not have taken care of all of it. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Can
you
I
don't see anything
start
else.
searching the body at Balron?
It is gone completely. There's nothing left.
It just blew up. It didn't drop
Yeah,
anything. No ash or
No.
anything.
It
It left a crater in the ground.
It basically... Remember, it exploded, so there's nothing left.
I really wanted that whip.
I did an investigation of 21 as I'm heading over there.
Yeah, you can tell from your investigation, Oregon, that this pool is definitely blood with remnants when you study it of some kind of demonic essence ichor left from summoning. Something you do not want to touch or be in for very long. It looks really nasty, but it looks like it's starting to coagulate and start getting thicker. Like, it's the... Like, it's been used and what's left over is starting to turn solid. So it's really nasty.
I'm going to fire a firebolt at it to see if I can start to get it to go away.
All right. You fire a firebolt and nothing happens.
But does it seem like anything evaporates, or what is the effect?
The effect is that I'll give this to you since your investigation was so good. When you fire the spell, it looks like the blood portion is kind of evaporating from it, but the black substance, the demonic essence, is having no effect.
Okay.
When I get a chance,
Make
I'd
a
like to
religious check, Finn.
Oh, what is it? Religion check?
Yeah.
8.
Something religious might help here, but you have no idea what.
I was actually gonna say we probably need Yusuf over here if there's some way to purify the demonic essence.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna use one of my remaining flasks to see if I can collect some of it for further analysis,
Okay.
and try my best not to get it on myself.
Make a dexterity check.
Will I be able to use luck
Nope.
just to be on the safe side? Aw.
This is dangerous business. Very good. You are able to collect a sample very carefully. You put your hand out with the flask and with precision scoop up a little bit of this stuff and are able to let the rust drop off, and then you're able to cork it and you've got a sample of it.
And I'll look at Oregon and say for our alchemist back home to take a look at.
Please make sure you warn her before you give her that.
Oh, I do plan on warning her.
I'm gonna go
Trust
to.
me, there's not gonna be a little tag hanging off it saying "drink me." At least not yet.
I'm gonna try and hit the Ichor again, but this time with an acid splash to see if there's any difference.
All right, you cast your spell and same kind of thing happens.
Okay, I'm gonna run through my other ones as well with the poison spray and the ray of frost, just to see if different elements have anything to do with it.
Nothing happens.
Okay, I'm then gonna go to whatever's the nearest symbol. I assume is gonna be the little circly person with the horns one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast a firebolt at it. I'm going to try and destroy the ground where the symbol is and all the remnants of it.
Before you cast it, you realize this is just a carving that's faded. So all that's left is just a drawing in the ground. It's like
I don't want it to be used to potentially resummon.
You think that fireball you don't need to do. You just take a pickaxe or something and break it, and then you'll be good.
I don't have one. That's why I'm firing a firebolt at it.
An axe, something.
Rogaris will just walk over and start smashing.
Okay. If Rogaris wants to do it, that's fine.
Yeah. So Rogaris goes
write
around
this stuff down so we can tell them what we saw.
I've already made note of the symbol. I'm just.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. No. I'm making note of the symbol as we're going along. It's just I don't want it to stay.
Because it might be a handy piece of information for
whoever. Yeah, I know. Yep.
It's the name of that Baylor.
Any of the other bad guys that we dispatched? Can I just search through any of the other corpses, see if there's any handy items, or even if there's any sort of pins identifying them or anything like that?
Yeah, which corpse do you want to search?
Well, there were a bunch of the guys that we killed. So
who do you want to search?
There were gnolls, there were like warlocks.
You gotta tell
I'd
me
like
who
to
you want to
search all of them.
No, you gotta be specific. You gotta tell me what you want to search first.
All right. There were the 4 that would have been like over here.
Right.
That I was fighting.
Yeah, so 2 of those guys are dead. The other 2 escaped with the head guy.
Okay, so the 2 that are dead.
Okay.
Well, there's also that one dude that was controlling the Baylor.
The head null, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I killed?
Yep.
He died over
He
here.
was somewhere like over here or something.
No, he was over there.
Killed him up here.
Up there? Okay.
So make an investigation check for me, Rogaris.
Ugh.
You find a few silver, copper. The robes are basically destroyed because you destroyed them. And nothing. For some reason, you seem to be fixated on money and stuff, and that's what you find.
Okay, how much of each?
In total, you find about 10 silver, 5 copper. Not a lot of money on them, but I mean, you find a ritualistic dagger, but it's not worth anything. You can tell because you're a dwarf. It's like, it's just a dagger, not really worth much.
I'll call Celestra over to where I am.
All right.
I'm curious.
I'll come down, land, and return to L shape.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that I've been firing fire and frost and everything at this, and I can only get rid of the blood. The black stuff isn't going away.
Make a religious check, Celestra. You know that the only way that this substance can be get rid of is through a religious ritual. The area has to be sanctified.
All right, we need holy people. Got it. Let's say
So you need a holy person of profound
Yeah.
faith to basically purify, sanctify, all that kind of stuff to get rid of.
either a cleric or I could
Oh.
possibly hire.
You also
maybe
know
in a
with
nearby town if there's a cleric of Elventree, I can get their help.
well, you have a cleric with you,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he has the necessary.
I'm looking right now.
Can I also then search the bodies of the victims, the 4 people that were sacrificed?
Yes, make an investigation check.
Woohoo!
You don't find anything on them whatsoever, and you figure that all their valuables and stuff were probably taken from them when they were captured.
Were there any markings on the bodies? Like, did they tattoo them or?
No, you don't
do
find
anything?
anything like that other than the wounds where their throats were basically cut and ripped off so the blood would flow. But you mean from their garb, you can tell that they were, because of the purple parts that are part of their outfit and adorned on them, that they were part of Cormyr. These were citizens of Cormyr.
Is there any way to tell if maybe they were the people we were sent here to find?
You get a sense just through that these were part of the party.
What is the spell that I'd be looking for if Yusuf is able to do it?
Sanctified land or something like that, or something along those lines.
I'm not seeing that show up even in the SRD, so
Let me look here. I'll have to...
I'm getting our knights that came along with us get together. We're gonna build some stretchers, like 4 of them, one for each of the survivors that were slaughtered for the summoning thing.
Well, the knights will go over and grab the corpses and pull them away over to where you guys are at. You guys can decide what you want to do with
We're
it.
gonna take them with us.
do we know if there's somebody back in our base that would be able to have this? We have a cleric there, right? He should be able to
He
sanctify
should
this.
be able to do this. Let me just find out what he needs to do.
And the final thing that I want to do is I want to check out those pillars. Maybe they have clues.
I'm looking in the handbook as we speak.
Trying to see. He doesn't have a spell that looks like that's what it would do offhand.
I'm looking over the cleric ones.
That's what I'm looking through right now too. Hallow. I think that's it.
I think that's right.
Touch an area, have a radius 60 feet. Celestials, elementals, phase, undead can't enter the area.
He does not have that. If that's the one that's
Yeah, it's like a 5th level spell.
Oh, he's maxed out. I mean, we're level 15, so he has that.
Yeah.
It's just it's not his. It's not on his list.
Yeah, I mean maybe dispel good and evil might be able to do something with it.
Well, it's more of like this is
It's a big
not,
ritual spell.
we've kind of had this before, so it's not so much a spell. It's like you have to, like you said, following a good deity has to go in there and basically pray, get divine influence, right? Cleanse, use the power of his deity to help cleanse the area of any evil and demonic forces. It's like he's exercising the land. It's not a spell or anything. It's more of a ritual. So a priest or a cleric like him can do this. A high-level paladin might be able to. We're talking extra high-level paladin. But they're sanctifying the area. So if Yusuf wants to spend a day here, you guys want to wait a day, he can start the process, and it's going to take him at least prepping and everything. It's going to take him at least 8 hours to do this kind of ritual, where he gets on his knees and prays and chants and says the words that need to be said to basically fight the effects and destroy the effects of what this stuff's left over is doing.
If we can get others here, can it be shortened?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you had more priests and stuff, it could be shortened.
And we have priests back in our base, right?
No,
Oh, we don't have any priests at our base?
no, but you do have a contact.
It's interesting. They removed the spell specifically for this.
Celestra, do you have any more spells left after the battle to teleport via the trees?
I'd have to meditate on a short rest.
Okay. What I'm thinking, so Yusuf can begin preparations for this, but
He's gonna need.
we can take a short rest here.
Yeah,
I
he
can
tells
create
you
a
he's gonna need a long rest. He can't do anything until the morning.
That's fine. But he can do the preps and everything, right? Whatever is needed material-wise and all of that, right? But then I can create a teleportation circle. You and our knights can take the injured and dead sacrifices as well. You guys can go back there, and then if you can get some more priests here and come back via the trees, then we can speed this up here.
Who was it that had the spell to stop the bodies from decaying?
Yusuf?
We'll say he does that.
Yeah, to keep
He has,
those
what is this,
warm.
Spare the Dying, right?
Something like that, or
Yeah, touch a creature that has 0 hit points. They become that's stable. These ones are they dead, or are they like 0 hit points?
they're beyond dead.
Okay, so then this is I don't know what the spell is, but he's done that before, right?
Yeah, we'll say he does that. He's able
Okay.
to. He prays over the bodies, and the knights help wrap them up and stuff, and kind of get them in a transportable state. And since you have 7 knights, it's easy for them to lift the bodies and get them.
With a short rest, he would be able to. We all get back our spells, right?
Your spells, yes, not your hit points.
Okay, so
You'd have to roll hit dice for that, though.
Right. And
no, what I'm saying is potentially we could use resurrection on it, right? On these guys,
If he has it, yes, but
he does.
Doesn't that also cost a small fortune?
It's cost us very small fortune.
It does.
Plus a diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Say, I have one version that we never used because we did a resurrection, so it's available.
That's the one where they come back as possibly something else, right?
You roll a D100 and they'll be back. Everything is themselves, just a different race.
All reincarnate.
That's something you may not want to do. You don't know what their families would want or anything like that. If they want a resurrection, their families and the crown will
Well,
decide.
that's why we're taking them back as is.
Yes, we'll take them back. Okay. So do you want to do that then? Let's take a short rest, and then Celestra, you can go with the knights back and see if we can get some more priests here to help with Yusuf, and we can purify this.
Obviously, I have to go through the process of a handful of short rests because I can only have one memorized level 6, and
You only need the one, right? You only need the teleport. I'm going to do a teleportation circle to send you back.
okay.
You'll only
And
need
that's
the one to get back.
Yeah, because it's just a one round. All right, everybody through and done.
Yep. Okay, so if we're all taking a short rest, so is that good with everyone for our plan?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
a short rest, I can roll heal dice, right?
Yep.
Well, okay, so there's going to be a few things. Hold on. First, I'm going to cast my last 5th level spell of Mass Cure Wounds on everyone.
I'll do the same.
Not first. Okay, so everyone gets back 15 hit points from me.
So why didn't that work for me? Come on now. That was 19.
Okay, so I got 19 here.
Much better.
Okay. 19, and then so 87. 86, 85. Okay. And then I'm also going to be using, during our short rest, my Song of Rest.
Okay.
And I will expend all of mine. So everyone will gain 15 D10.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Actually, hold on. Let me just double check here. Making sure I'm doing this right. Because I can expend all of my hit dice to help all my allies recover during a short rest.
Yep.
So I'm basically just singing and stuff during the entire time and trying to make you guys feel better. So we'll roll 15 D10. And so you all recover 83 hit points during the short rest. So you guys can do other stuff if you want, but I've expended all of mine to heal you.
We'll say everybody takes a short rest at the area that you guys are in. Rogares, did you want to continue your investigation? So far, you've looked at the bodies of the people that were killed. You've looked at the acolytes. Anything else you want to look at?
I will assist.
Well, they're the Knolls.
All right. Roll an investigation on the Knolls.
There's some. Most of them are incinerated.
Well, what's left of the Knolls?
And Morngrim said you were going to assist?
Yeah, I'll assist them.
All right.
So it's a 16?
You don't really find any valuables on them. Gnolls are not known for liking shinies. They're more about killing and eating flesh and just being bad dudes. I mean, you find crappy weapons, things of that nature, no armor to speak of or anything like that. The armor you do find is good, but it's trash in your opinion. Again, you can make that assessment as a dwarf, so you don't really find anything of value that you would, I mean, maybe valuable to them, but it's like trinkets, little things like that, but you're just like, not really any money on them or anything. Just like, oh, good lord.
As far as trinkets, anything like maybe like some marbles or
bones,
anything like that?
A lot of bones. There are a lot of trophies. Finger bones.
Any markings on their body? Anything that shows they're part of a cult or anything like that?
Yes, the Demon Lord, you do find a lot of markings associated with the Demon Lord, and I had them up previously, and I had to pull it up again because my internet went out and I had to do it all over again. Yay. So bear with me a second. I had it up and it disappeared. That sucks big time. Give me a second. I'll tell you what you find here in a second. Apologies.
Okay. No problem. I'm going to roll a couple more hit dice.
Oh, you really don't need it. You just got 83 and 34, bro.
Yeah, I'm still down 30 from max.
You're not good. You should be fine.
Okay.
And after we're done looting the bodies and stuff, I would like to go over to the two pillars to the north of the pool and check those out.
Make an investigation check. So you do find that there are markings of Yinagu, which is basically their god, their demon god that they pray to, and is linked to
How
them.
do you spell that?
Yeenoghu.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, Yinagu.
Haha, that's what she said.
You recognize that these pillars are just part of they're crumbling. They just happen to be left over from some remnant of you don't know what really, Morgan. You just don't know the architecture, but they just looked like they were just leftover pillars from when the city was a city.
As far as the rest of the city, like, is there any buildings still standing? Or
No, not really. Just here and there you see a little bit of what once was a marble something or stone something. It's all just crumbled and gone. It would take you think as a dwarf, and you're familiar doing this, it would take a major excavation to dig up a lot of stuff to figure out and put pieces back together what this once was. So there's not a lot left. Whatever hit this with a boom. Stonework and stuff, and you can tell that whatever hit this was powerful enough to basically level everything.
Is it obvious where the gnolls and all these people were camped?
No.
Do I see any trails that show like common use where they may have been coming in and out of the town?
You'd have to make a survival check.
Ugh.
Nope. You see a lot, but you don't see everything. All right. Anything else you want to investigate? I mean, the only thing you haven't investigated, I think, is the null leader.
Oh yeah, we should probably go and look at him.
All right. So you go over to the
Investigate.
null leader and check his corpse.
Anybody want to assist on this?
Sure. I'll assist since those pillars mean nothing really. So I'll come over and help.
So that'd be an 18.
Okay. When you investigate the null leader, his body has basically been shredded by all the little juicy bugs that Celestia sent after him. You find a lot, actually. You find in a pouch that has about 250 gold, 30 silver, and 8 copper.
Wow, nice.
You also find in another bag, a little that was on his side, a bag full of trinkets, but these trinkets are like rings, things of that nature. You do notice that 2 of the rings probably were from the victims. They are signets of some kind of nobility or house association from Cormyr. And one of them is a ring of a purple dragon knight.
I'll take a look inside the bag and I'll cast detect magic.
You don't detect any magic.
Nothing. Okay.
And then you find around his neck, that was inside of his kind of leather breastplate, when you're kind of searching and rummaging through, you find a symbol on a necklace. And on it, you see the number 8 with a line through it.
Oh crap!
Like a vertical line or
Yeah,
horizontal line? Diagonal?
so draw an 8, put a line through it, the middle.
History check.
Yeah, you can make a history.
Hold on, I'm searching my notes. We've seen this symbol before. We would
You're
know
not
what it is.
there.
Circle with a line and a circle.
You're not there,
Right.
Oregon.
I know, but I think they would have.
They have not said, Oregon, do you know this or anything?
I know.
This
Okay.
is them. Just stay tight. You can do your thing, but don't say anything. This is on
Is
them.
there anything else on the body?
No. You find some magic components, you don't know what they're for, so it looks really familiar to you, Morgan, but you can't quite place it. You've seen it before, but you don't remember where or how and what context. It's like a thing like that. You get that. You think of that song or person. It's right on the tip of your tongue. You're like, I know what this is, but you can't think of what it is.
Can Rogaris do a history check on it?
Yeah, you can do a history check.
21.
You remember this symbol well because it was told to you by none other than Mordenkainen, and this is the symbol of Ebb. It's not an 8 with a line through it, it's EB. Connected. So draw an E, line, then the B.
And just because I don't remember off the top of my head, who's Ebb again?
You remember Ebb is the counterpart to Ao, the supreme god of all of Aberyl Turel. She is his yin to his yang. She is the opposite of him. She is, if he is light and the creator, she is darkness and the destroyer.
I'll turn to Morngrim. You think there's anything special about any of these rings? I mean, obviously one of them is a purple Dragon Knight ring, but
Yeah, they probably belong to the 4 prisoners. We should
so we'll send them back.
And when the families come to claim the bodies, we'll know if they own them or not.
Do you want?
Yeah, we'll send them back with the bodies. I'll explain to them what I remember about that symbol of Ebb.
Okay.
And then we should probably not leave all the bodies around, so we'll gather them all up, and then I'll bring over everything that I found.
Actually, easy way to get rid of them: throw them in the acid pond.
Well, is that drying up? I mean, would that still be potent enough to do anything with them?
I don't know. I drag a body over there and push it in. See if it works.
Just make a athletics or acrobatic check just to make sure you don't fall in throwing this body in. It's not an easy thing. Sure enough, you throw it in, it starts melting away, and you start seeing the pool start to, like it's alive, start gaining sustenance and stuff again.
Maybe we should.
Interesting.
And some jackasses honking their horn outside.
Yeah, I noticed.
About to have.
Too lazy to get out of their car and go knock on the damn door.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't feed the terrorizing pit of death any more bodies.
Did you say you told us about the symbol, by the way?
I told Morngrim.
He hasn't
I
told
know
me.
you told Morgan. I'm just wondering if you have told the rest of us.
No, he has not.
We'll walk back over to the group and I'll explain it to everybody.
All right. So he comes over and he explains to you what he finds. Go ahead. No, actually, Rogaris, tell him what you find. Use your own words. Use your big boy voice, clown.
Well, I found this necklace with the symbol of Ebb on it, so it would make sense that they're.
You see more. You see Oregon's eyes open pretty wide, and probably go a little bit pale. And he kind of runs. Okay, so I'm gonna go run back over to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And try to investigate the area where the leader that got away, everywhere that he went, to try and see if there's anything identifying about him that he may have left behind or anything like that.
Make a perception check or investigation, whichever is higher for you.
Can I use luck on this?
Nope.
Can I assist him?
Do I see him going?
Yes,
searching
you
around.
do.
I'll say that if they go with you, I'll give you advantage.
Well, I see him run by and go, "What the hell are you running for?"
13.
You don't see anything in that area, but something does catch your eye about the two occultists that were that are dead on the ground, and something draws you over there, Oregon. Make an investigation check on the corpse. That
Okay.
Rogaris checked and found nothing.
Okay, first one.
All right.
Are they still assisting? So do I get advantage or
Yeah, you get advantage.
20?
So Rogaris just was looking for money when he rolled. You search underneath their tunics and it looked like really doing a search, and you find that they're both wearing the same kind of symbol on a necklace.
I take it off of them.
Okay.
I walk over and pat Oregon on the shoulder and say, "Don't you have something to where you can like talk with these guys even though they're dead?"
No. Do you not remember this symbol?
Yeah, kind of. It's vague.
The 10. Remember, this is what the 10 are. They're trying to bring back Ebb in order to help with the power struggle against Ao.
Okay.
That means somehow this was related to the 10.
Might be able to tell us where they teleported to.
They're not going to talk. We've tried this before. We can try if you want.
But don't you get their memories or something like you were talking
No,
about?
I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Things changed while you were gone, Morgrim. Things changed. But we can see. I'm gonna take the first one.
Yusef
that
might have the.
investigated.
I don't know if he has the spell, but he can talk to the dead if he has the spell or.
Oh, I have the ability to talk to the dead. He's talking about my shadow thing. That
Oh
I
yeah,
used to
yeah.
do.
The shadow thing is yeah.
Yeah. That I don't have anymore. So I'm gonna let me investigate the other one first.
Find this.
The second.
Yeah, I'll say that your investigation's the same. It's.
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
you
So
find
I
you find
took
it on both of them.
the symbols, and so I'm gonna take one of the cultists, and go behind the pillar.
Make a strength check. You're
Okay.
small. They're big.
Oh, okay. Well, 17.
Well, look at you, big strong man. You're able to actually drag it over.
Hercules, Hercules.
My crazy anxiety has helped me get some adrenaline. Okay, so I move one of these guys over to the like behind the pillar.
Okay.
Right, so they can't see everything that's going on behind.
Okay.
And I'm going to. I just don't want to have them see any vision, and then I kind of ask everyone to kind of. I leave them there, but I go to everyone and ask them. I don't know what we're trying to figure out. He's not going to tell us where they went to. I don't know what other information we can glean from him. Do you? How big was
Number two worked for.
Yeah. How big was the the knoll leader that we killed? The
He
guy
was
that.
easily a foot taller than the rest of the gnolls.
Okay, so he's still pretty big too.
Compared to you, he's huge.
Damn it! Where is? Crap. This is where Valron would have been useful. Or Celestra. Celestra, do you have the ability to enlarge me?
Oh my.
No, sir.
I was gonna say that's something for another stream on a different channel on a different service.
I'm gonna leave it for now, and just think about what to do at this point.
Okay.
But you just see Oregon kind of trying to figure out what to do at this point.
All right. The knight comes over. You guys have had your short rest. He says, "Your order, sir."
Go with Celestra. Help her get some priests over here. Make sure you take the dead with you, and then on your way back, please escort her back to us with the priests and the clerics that they have identified.
As you command, my lord. And then he
Let
goes. And,
Lihan and Juron know to notify the families of those 4 that you're taking back.
yes, sir.
Okay. So I go over there. I asked Yusuf if he wants to go with Celestra. I imagine he will want to go, right?
Yeah,
Just
he'll
to
go just for last
Okay.
rites and stuff like that.
Okay. So I will cast a teleportation circle
Okay.
near the group.
All right, you do that, and they're instantly teleported over. Celestia, you, the knights, and the corpse all appear in the teleportation area that has been created at your keep. When you do, there's no one really there. I mean, there's a guard there who sees you and is kind of surprised, and it's like, kind of gets a little antsy. It's still an antsy thing to see someone just appear. But then he recognizes you and the knights, and then looks at the corpses and just nods, and he goes back to pulling his guard duty.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do?
I try and just lay into everything that just happened, and
With who? You're at the teleportation circle. What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to.
You're in charge of
Fine.
the situation. Be in charge.
I go straight to the head of the group of the with the priests and
Okay, stop.
try.
You're at the keep. You just teleported in. The knights have the corpse. You're at your keep. Are you going to direct the knights? Who are you going to go speak to first? Are you going to speak to anybody at the keep? Jiron, Liron, anybody? Or are you just going to go?
I get if John and Leron are there, I let them know what happened, and I say split up, and we need to get these corpses taken care of, and we need them resurrected.
Okay, so Yusuf says he'll handle that. So he goes with the knights into a part of the keep to kind of store them and stuff. Yusuf will alert the authorities, and then you head over to. Since he's doing that, you head over and to the Temple of Lyra, and you find Father Denton there. It's about 9 o'clock at night. You go knocking on the door. A lovely lady opens the door for you, and she says yes.
We investigated the lost party and ended up finding a dark
She's
ritual.
looking at you like, what are you talking about?
So we went to Tilverton.
She puts up her hand and says, child, what are you talking about? Who are you here to see? Can I help you?
I'm here to see the father and let him know of an unholy situation that we need to take care of.
She just looks at you like you're possessed and says, please come in. And so you are escorted in, and she takes you over to where Father... You've been inside here before, so she takes you over to where Father Denton's offices are at, and she says, just wait here. And she says, would you like anything to drink?
I say, no, thank you.
Okay, so she goes off, and you're sitting there, and then about 10-15 minutes later, you see Father Denton come striding in with her at his side, and he's like, Celestra, my dear, what brings you here at this time of day? Did you offer her a drink? And she's like, I did. She said no. Well, that's fine. And you can tell his robes, even though, the temple there is about dancing and joy and parties and stuff, so he's wearing a very nice white linen robe, and his robes are his priestly robes and garb are underneath, but he's very well dressed. And he's like, let's go to my office and you can tell me what's going on. Sound like a plan?
Okay.
All right. And he's like, are you sure you don't want anything to drink?
I'm sure.
Okay. Water? Tea?
I say maybe once we're done. Right now, time is of the essence, and I need to sit down with you to address the matters at hand.
All right. And then he gives a nod to the, looks like she's an acolyte, and she scurries off, and then he sits, you go into his office, he sits in front of a fireplace, and not lit, but he's got lights on, and he sits down in a comfortable chair, and you sit across from him, and he's like, all right, my dear, what, pray tell, has got you here?
Okay, so we traveled as a group to Tilverton. You may have
Tilverton?
recalled.
What possessed you to go there?
We went on a search for a missing party that had disappeared.
What missing party? Who in their right... He's like, wait a minute. Who went to Tilverton first?
I don't have the notes ahead of me, in front of me of that party, but
You tell him it's the
yeah,
party.
I'd tell them those details. And
He just shakes his head like, you would think the Crown would learn that that's just a bad area. But, alright, so they sent an expedition. And then what
so they
happened?
sent an expedition, and many days had gone past from when they should have heard back with no results.
What a surprise. Okay.
So we took our party as well as a band of knights to go investigate, and came to find that shattered scar of a hole to be filled with just evil.
What kind of
evil?
You see his eyes
evil that we've never
narrow?
seen before.
What kind of evil? Describe it.
Aside from the entire area being scorched with black and death and dark,
Yes.
we had dark casters, the kobolds, the gnolls.
He holds up his hand. Go back.
Mhm.
The gnolls, you said they were possessed?
Possessed, as well as
Did-
ritualistic casters with a sacrificial pit, and they were being gifted, neck slit, and their blood gifted into this pool of pure blood and evil that we've taken care of what's going on, but we'll get to that. It's still evil and possessed. But needless to say, we could not save all of the sacrificial victims that were there in time, and they had successfully completed their summoning spell, which brought a Balor to this realm.
You just see him just stoic look. It's like, by the gods. And you see him close his eyes and concentrate. He's like, so what do you need of me?
What is still in this area has not been cleansed of evil, and we need to make sure everything is set back to the normal. I've tried to communicate with nature in this area, and everything is still dying and being just plagued by whatever is cursing this area, and we need to take the action.
It's the remnants of what the Shades did 100 years ago.
And then I'll explain the blood pool and how it, while we've addressed the blood, but the blackness and the evil can still not.
It'll have to be purified. He's like,
well, that's what we need help with.
Well, I can't do this alone, but stay here. And you see him get up, and he goes over to this long silken rope, and then he rings it, and you hear this boom. And the same attendant that you saw before the blonde hair comes in, she's like, yes, yes. And he's like, I want. He starts naming names of priests here immediately. Also send a messenger to the Church of Helm and the Church of Torm that I need their head priest here immediately. And say it's on my behalf, and I need him here as soon as possible. Also check with Ilmater. Those 3 head priests here immediately. And she's like, at once. And then she hurries off. It's like, this is going to take some heavy, heavy work. For what you describe, I'm going to need more firepower than just me alone that's going to be able to do this. So wait here. He's like, you sure you don't want any tea and water? It's going to take a while for me to get those people over here.
Well, after my long-winded story, I would love some. I'll just take some water as a refreshment.
It shall be done. Would you like any lemon or accoutrements with that?
Lemon sounds fine, thank you.
All right. And then he hits another thing, and then another attendant comes walking in, a man with a white linen shirt that's cut down to here and nice slacks, and he's like, yes, head priest. He's like, wine for me and water with a lemon, and make it happen. And he just goes running off. And then you guys sit and wait for those guys to show up. All right, back to the party at the site. Or is there anything else you guys wish to do more while you're waiting there? It's going to be a while for the rest of this.
I'm good. Try something now.
Okay, Oregon, what are you going to try?
So, having had some time to kind of regroup my thoughts and everything, see if I can talk to the cultists. So I have 2 of the ebb necklaces that I took off the cultists.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one that I put kind of behind the pillar facing away from all the carnage and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put one of the ebb necklaces back on him.
Okay.
And the other one I'm going to put on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the other cultist and take his robes and wear them.
Okay. They don't
Okay.
fit.
I'm going to try and kind of like curl them up and try to make it.
They're
so they fit.
way too big for you.
I'll take my dagger and cut it so they fit.
Okay.
Aren't you a little short for cultist?
And then I will go to the corpse again.
Okay.
And I will cast Speak with the Dead on him.
All right. You see the body lurch, and kind of that sickening sound that bone makes, and then his head goes forward, and then he pops up and looks at you, his eyes black and distant, and all you hear just, and he just,
brother, this didn't work. The head priest is dead. The Balor is running away. I must find the leader. Do you know where he went?
You're not my brother.
We're in for the same cause, and I kind of bring up my necklace and hold it.
I
What did he say?
The dead know all.
Oh, okay. I'll end the spell.
All right.
That's kind of what I was
Make
afraid
a wisdom save for me, Finn.
of. Okay.
You, before the spell ends, are immediately taken over. Your mind goes dark. And feel like you're falling through blackness.
Was this against magic?
You don't know yet.
Okay.
So you're falling, and then all of a sudden it seems like just this utter darkness. You can't see or anything, and then you seem to stop. Like you feel the sensation of falling stop, and you feel yourself able to kind of pick yourself up, and then a small light emanates from around you. Not enough to penetrate the darkness, but just give you enough light to see a 5-foot radius around you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a dark, ominous voice say to you, whispering, "Well, what have we here?"
I don't say anything.
A challenge. So many before have tried. But let us be cordial. And then kind of this gray sickening light appears, and in front of you, Finn, this very beautiful woman with long black hair that's moving appears before you. She's wearing a cut dress that's just black, but it looks like it's moving, and it's like it's not a dress, like, you know, it seems like it's living off of her. Her eyes are completely glowing red. Her hands have sharp talons at the end. Other than that, she's just like, this is goddess level beauty, right? And she stands before you. She's like, my, one so evasive. Now, she kind of puts her hands in front of her. Shall we try introductions again? Who are you? And why are you dressed that way?
I thought it was fashionable.
She smiles. Indeed. So tell me, imposter, why are you trying to gain information from one of my priests?
Because this was the only way I could get information.
And what information do you seek, small one?
Where did the head priest go?
How boring. You seem intelligent. Try asking a better question.
Are you part of the 10?
She just starts cackling. The 10. Oh, my dear little one. You are fascinating. So you know of the 10. No, I am not part of the 10.
Can I make... Okay, so I have an idea as a player. Can I make... is there any role I can make as to guess as to who I'm talking to?
Intelligence.
Okay. I think I know.
I think I know too.
22?
Yeah. You think
Am I talking to Eb?
You think this is Eb, yes.
Yeah, so I figured. Okay.
It's nice knowing you, Oregon.
Okay.
She's still waiting patiently, like, what question do you really want to know?
Why do you want to come back?
To destroy everything.
But why?
Why? And then you see her face snarl in rage, and she comes like instantly right up to your face. Like her face is right next to yours. Like in an instant, like you didn't even see her move. She's right there. Why? And you just see her voice in this snarl. And then she kind of floats back quickly and settles a couple feet from you. Because I mean to destroy my brother and all he's created.
But are you not entertained by me?
She smirks. Don't be condescending.
I am not. I would never do such a thing.
Make a Constitution save.
Ooh, can I use luck?
Not on this, you can't.
Okay.
You feel racked with pain as she points a finger at you, and it feels like 1,000 knives are being constantly dug into your body, Finn. It feels like you die and then come back to life and then die again and then come back to life and die again. And it seems to last for an eternity, but it only lasts like a brief moment. Shall we try this again, small one?
Yeah, I'm like, but life will give you so much joy.
Again, she raises her fingers, and you feel the same pain. Make a Constitution save. All right, you're able to fight it off a little bit this time. It still is beyond pain, Finn, Oregon, but you are not happy because this is awful.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
How much time has passed in the real world since
You don't know
Oregon
yet. We haven't
started
got
doing
there.
this? Okay.
Yep, I'll get to that. And she's like, I tire of your quibs. Who are you?
I am Oregon.
Ah, I know that name. Such potential. What do you truly want, Oregon?
It's an interesting question, Lady Ebb. Things have been very complicated lately.
Indeed.
I used to think it was money.
Wealth is something I could provide in abundance.
But it is not that anymore.
Hmm.
Circumstances have changed. Responsibilities were gained. And now, as weird as this is, I never thought I'd be saying this, it's honor.
She just does this look like, oh my god. Honor. For the weak. Honor gains you nothing.
Honor is a path to wealth.
Only to fools. Such a shame, little one. But I am being giving today, so I will not destroy you at this moment. But be warned, I am coming, and you can either join me or become nothing. I care not. And then she kind of puts her finger to her lips and is tapping. It's like, I think I would like for you to remember this. And then your body freezes, Finn. You have no resistance to this. And she comes up and touches you in your brain, like right here on your forehead. And you feel like this just shock in your brain. And she's like, yes, now it's implanted. Unfortunately, in this realm, when you go back, you would normally forget. And then you see her eyes glow red, like really blood red. But I want you to remember. Goodbye, little one. She waves your hand, and then you're instantly flying back through the darkness. And Morgan, what you see is Morgan casts a spell. Talk to the corpse. You see his eyes for a second turn black, is instantaneous, and then he's back to himself, and you see him collapse on the ground.
Thud.
Just
Well, I guess
basically
that didn't go very well, and I'll help him up.
Am I conscious?
You're conscious. You have suffered 2 points of exhaustion.
Okay. I forget where I'm supposed to write this down, but I'll put it down there somewhere.
But I'll help him up. You okay, Oregon? Doesn't look like that one went very well, because you usually don't collapse right afterwards.
So do I remember everything?
Everything.
Oregon is silent. And the only thing he does, as you like kind of help him up, is he kind of intentionally sits down and slowly and carefully takes off the robe and the necklace and starts to like pack it.
Okay, now I know something's wrong, because you're quiet.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Remember, we've been friends for a very long time, Oregon.
Oh, I know. I'm sure you realize something is wrong.
It hurts you to move right now, or like you can barely get up.
Yeah, that's why I immediately sit down and slowly try to take off the robe, but I don't destroy it. I keep it. And I keep the necklace too, and I slowly take it off and slowly pack it.
Would a potion of healing help with exhaustion or no?
Nope.
Yusuf, I mean, it's the restoration, right?
Yeah,
I think
right.
that's what helps with it. But
Long rests.
our two healers in Celestra and Yusuf are gone, so I don't think anyone has it. But
If I was there and I could hear you, I could reduce your
Yeah, I
exhaustion level. But neither of that is reality.
Oh. What time is it right now in...
10 o'clock at night.
Okay. I think we may want to look into setting up camp, or at least you can rest for a little while, Oregon, while we set up camp. Up
Sure.
on the ridge of the... pretty much where our characters are right now on the map. Build a fire over there, help Oregon get over there and sit down. We'll wait until Celestra and them show back up.
yeah, so I'm going to be doing some weird stuff at this point, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, you help Oregon back over to the campsite that you guys have created, and he's barely able to move.
So it's just the three of us there at this point, then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, you see Morgan helping Oregon back over, and he looks like he's been run over by a bus a couple times.
Garrus will walk on over to Morngrim and say, "Well, it looks like basically he's not going to be able to do guard duty tonight, so it's going to be you and me.
Yep.
You want the
Oh, go
first or
ahead.
second shift?"
I'll take first watch. Get some rest, and I'll wake you up when it's your turn.
Okay.
All right. Back over to Celestra. Celestra, about an hour passes. You're kind of hanging out. Father Denton keeps going in and out, and finally a page comes in and tells him that the guests have arrived, and you see three gentlemen come in. One is in full plate armor and is a woman with gray and black hair, holding a mace and a big symbol of a glove on her hand. You see another one that you recognize as Torm. This is more of a clerical priest. And then you see a priest of Ilmater come in as well, an older gentleman as well. He introduces you. Introductions are made, and he says, "Well, now that that's done, let us be on our way." And you can see he's changing to more travel attire, as you can tell that all these guys are in travel attire. And then he breaks down everything you told them. They look aghast. And the lady's like, "Stupid monarchy," and spits. She's not happy that someone went to that city to try to see if it was worthy of finding stuff. And so she is not in a good mood, but you can tell that she is a cleric of Helm. So you know that those three deities are good deities of law and justice and all that stuff, and they are known as the Triumphant. They all work together as guides, and their priests and clerics work together all the time to combat evil. So you guys gather what you need. They're ready to go, and he asks you to lead on. You lead back onto the keep, and what do you do when you get there?
I explain to them, where we're going and how we're going to do so, and then explain my
They seem like
transport via plant spell.
yeah. They're like They doesn't shock them. They're like, lead on.
And at this point, I double check that everybody has everything they need, and I'll go ahead and cast the spell onto the same tree.
Okay, so you're able to transport. You guys get through there. The knights are with you. You can see that there's now 10 knights that are accompanying you. These are kind of important people, so there's more of a bodyguard than normal that want to come through to make sure that nothing happens to these guys, because it'd be really bad. So
We got our guard essential and our clerics.
Yep. So you guys make your way there. It's about 11:30 midnight when you guys show up. Who's pulling first guard duty?
That would be me.
All right. Make a perception check. All right.
14.
You hear a noise and you look, but you're able to ascertain that it looks like it's Celestra and a group of people. Some you recognize from the knights from your keep, and then some other people that you do not recognize moving toward you.
Well, I can't really be surprised, but I'll since I don't really recognize the people coming up, I'll say, "Who goes there?"
Celestia, you hear Morgan say, "Who goes there?"
As I try not to be childish about it. It's me. We're back.
You instantly recognize
He's
it's
with ya.
Celestia.
I brought the finest clerics I could get a hold of, as well as an extra guard party.
One thing really quick.
Excellent.
I forgot to add this, Ranger. Before we went to bed, and before they basically just let me pass out, I was going to ask Morngrim and Rogaris to bind my hands and to basically cover my mouth with whatever. So I can't speak and I can't use my hands while we're sleeping.
Okay.
Oregon is not the same after that, so just FYI. So do you do that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Rogaris will tie
I'll
you
look
up
at
with
them
rope
funny
on
before I do it, though.
Yeah. Okay. That was the only thing. I didn't know we were jumping right there. So yeah. That's
Oh, okay.
Can we say what we're gagging you with?
You can pick whatever.
Because I'm wearing like this filthy bandana that I'm taking off and just balling up and tying around your mouth.
And you see Oregon not care. That's what it is.
Okay, so the party makes it over to where you're at. They immediately, when you see the others react to what they're seeing in front of you, they're just, again, the
Welcome to Tilverton.
the priestess of Helm, the cleric, she just spits again, and it's just, you see this look of disgust on her face, and then you see the older man, the priest of Ilmater, the cleric, look over at Oregon. He's like, "What happened to him?"
I follow up and say, yes. Care to explain?
We tried to glean some information off of a dead cultist, and from the looks of it, it didn't end well.
Well, that shouldn't.
So he needs his rest.
He needs a little bit more than that. And then you see him come over and put his hands on Oregon and mutter an incantation. And you see him grab his holy symbol all of a sudden and just like he's fighting. And you see blackness kind of escape Oregon. Oregon, your exhaustion's gone now. And you feel refreshed and you look up and you see this man sweating over you and citing prayers over you. And then he stops and he's breathing really heavy. He's like, what in the name of the gods was that? I've never felt something like that before. And he's looking at you curiously. And then he smiles down and he's like...
I motion for him to get closer.
And he gets closer.
And I whisper to him,
You're
Yeah.
so gagged.
yeah, I know.
He's like, oh,
That's
for
right.
God's... He just pulls the things off and it's like...
Then I actually whisper to him, Lady Ebb.
He looks at you like he's never heard that name before. He's like, just rest. You ran into
Let me
some-
say, I'll
He's like,
Uh,
no, just rest. You need a few minutes for this spell to take full effect. So, and then he's like, he looks at you and Rogaris Morgan, and he's like, y'all can untie him. He's good now.
Yeah, I look at Oregon and say, see, man, I told you there was something wrong with that burrito that you ate.
And then everybody looks. She says, "What's a burrito?"
What's a burrito?
Garrus will look at Morngrim and say, we could always just leave him like that, too.
That's up to y'all. But then the knights are giving you the look like, you better not, because he is their Lord Commander.
Alright, well, Garrus will walk over and reclaim his rope of climbing so that they don't go cutting it on him.
Yeah.
Enough with the banter, though.
I could
Let's
always
stick-
just summon a giant centipede and leave him something to cuddle him.
Yeah. Knowing Oregon, he would cuddle it.
Not
I'll
right
grab
now.
him.
He wouldn't. Right now, Oregon is still basically not moving.
Well, you feel
Well,
refreshed.
of course you're not moving, you're still
pain,
bound.
the pain that you felt is gone.
The pain is gone, but the
The-
memories are still kind
The
of.
memories are still there, but everything,
Yeah.
all the side effects are gone.
Oh,
So,
the memories are enough to make Oregon not move right now.
Okay.
He's deep in thought.
And so you see those four and the bodyguards go over. They start looking and investigating the area and stuff, and you can see them talking to themselves and kind of coming up with a game plan. And then they come back over. It's like, well, we can't do anything tonight. First light, we will do the ceremony. It'll require all four of us, but whatever you guys did has significantly weakened the power of what's happening here.
Well, considering what came out of that pool,
Yes, a
Was-
Balor. Nasty
yeah,
business.
and now it's dead. That,
And
or
you see
we sent
the-
it back to where it came from.
You see the priestess of Helm kind of give you a look of admiration, like, well done indeed. I wish I had been here to fight that monstrosity. I'm always looking for a good challenge.
And it definitely was a challenge.
I bet it was. But she's actually glowing with admiration for you guys for killing a Balor. Not a small task whatsoever. And then so you guys are all able to get rest. They say they'll start at first
Story
light.
time.
I don't rest.
The knights pulled guard duty, so you guys don't have to. So you guys can get full rest.
Oh, I'm staying awake the entire time and basically staring at that pool for anything that's coming out. So I will take exhaustion the next day. I am not sleeping.
Okay. Well, you have been sleeping this time, so you've gotten sort of another short
Sort of
rest.
a rest, yeah.
So you're
I
not,
will.
You're not.
I'll
plus the
basically
spell-
fall asleep while they're casting. That's the idea.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my eyes off of that pool until they start casting and purifying.
Well, the priest of Ilmater notices this, and he comes over to you. He's like, "You don't have to worry. We've already set things in motion that will prevent anything from coming out of there.
I know.
Nothing's going to happen."
Maybe.
No, I'm telling you, nothing can come out of that now. Get some
Okay.
rest. You're going to need it. We need you fully rested.
I have to do this.
He looks at you. What troubles you, my young, curious little friend?
I have seen things I do not want to see. I'd like to leave it at that.
Well, I have too. And I can tell you in my long life that, well, worrying about it is not going to make any difference. And he pats you on the shoulder. But you do what you want to do, but I'll at least try to get some rest. Don't worry, you're in good hands. And then he
I'll look at him and go. I'll keep an eye on it while you get some rest. Sound like a plan, Oregon?
You can go to bed. I'm watching.
Okay. If nobody else wants to do or say anything, speak your piece now. Okay. You guys get up in the first crack of light. You see all four of them take positions at where those symbols were. And they each start doing this ritual. And you start seeing holy light glowing off of them. And you start seeing what looks like a battle of wills between those four and what's in the center of that pit. And this goes on for hours. And eventually it's like a tug of war. The darkness is fighting them. But eventually it starts shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until about midday. It gets to the point that it's almost completely gone. And by noon, it is gone completely. And then they start going around. You can tell that they're exhausted. The knights are there with food and water. And they go around and start blessing the entire area. So they start walking around the area and sanctifying the entire area. Celestia, you start feeling from just the trees and plants the demonic taint starting to go away. And you all start noticing that for what they just did in the center there, and as they're moving further and further out, that they shade those patches of darkness. The mist, the black mist, is starting to fade away as well. But it's an all-day task, and it's by late afternoon that they're done. And they come over exhausted, and they're like, well, that's all we can do for now. We've done all we can, and Father Denton just looks disheveled, like, oh, I need a bath. I think we're good. Can we go back now? I need some wine. And then you see the priestess from Helm, like, you're such a wuss, and punches him in the arm. He's like, hey, and I mean, like, really sock him. She's like, but I could use some wine too. She looks disheveled too. Her hair was pulled up, and you see like there's parts of it in front of her face. You know, what they did was immense taxing on them. But they come over and let you know that the gateway which had been created is gone. The area has been purified and sanctified, and they place wards, holy wards, that will prevent anything like this happening again in this area until the wards are destroyed. Which said they could happen, but it'll take time, and we'll know about it. So, Father then says, back to my temple for drinks and food, everyone.
I will take you up on that offer.
Indeed. All right, if we can just teleport back, does anybody have a way of getting back?
You're muted, Finn.
That would help, wouldn't it? I say I do, and then tell everyone to kind of gather around.
Oh, a teleportation circle. How convenient. Oregon, you always cease to amaze me out with your ingenuity.
We have stuff to discuss when I'm back.
Indeed.
And I cast teleportation circle.
All right. You're able to all teleport back in circle. Different guards there. He sees you all pop in there, and he's like, jeez. I hate this job. And you guys are at the keep. And who wants to do what when you first arrive there?
I go to bed.
I take that priest up on the offer of food and wine.
There you go. And so you go with Father Denton. Celestia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna probably go with Grim.
All right.
I need some stress relief at this point.
All right. And Rogaris, what are you up to?
I'll go and I'll start catching up all the other members of our party that weren't there with us. So
Okay.
like Kada and Corinth,
and McCarvin.
McCarvin.
Well, before he goes, I'll look at Rogaris with a puzzled look on my face and say, dude, free alcohol.
Yeah, but I was in the middle of a book before we left. So
Oh, God.
I'm puzzled by the dwarf that is passing up on free alcohol.
Jesus.
it's a
So-
really good book, though.
So you guys go to the Temple of Lyra. With Yuseth, he goes with you because, of course, that's his main deity. You guys whoop it up. Tons of wine and celebration are had, and you guys are able to get merry and drink and everything. You're able to find Kada in Corinth, Rogaris, but it's been known to you from Leon and Geron that he was sent a message and he's disappeared.
That's McGarvin.
Yeah, he's not here.
Do we know what direction he took off in, or
We have no idea where that man went. He comes and goes as he pleases. He was tasked
it's
with...
a little hard to keep track of?
Yeah, he's telling me, brother. He's like, I have tried to track that. He just... I mean, he's there and he's not. It's freaky. The kid comes up and gives you a big hug. And it's like, oh, I was so worried about you. And make a strength save. You take 3 points of damage as she wraps you up in a big hug.
She caught me off guard.
Yes.
Ooh. Normally it's to me, not you.
Yeah.
He turned the dwarf into a squeaky doll.
Right, basically.
Squeak,
Rogaris is finally doing the tap. Like, okay, get up.
They
And-
have the blacksmith pop my chest
And
plate
she's just
back out.
enthralled with your story, and she's like, oh, I wish I'd been there. She keeps saying that, so but you go and relay that to Corinth, who's very much, you can see the look of sheer, it's a look of interest, but worry from Corinth. Oregon, you go up to your room, and the butler's there. He's like, Master Oregon,
Hello.
what do you need, sire?
I need you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Please have someone send a message to Storm that I need to speak with her.
I will do that at once. He smiles. Anything else? You look a little peakish, sir. Should I recommend some food and water be brought up?
Actually, just some buttermilk.
You need to eat, sir. I will bring food.
Alright. Thank you.
All right. Buttermilk and food it is. And then, for the first time, he's not being a smartass to you. Strange. You're kind of put off then.
I'm actually not. It was a good time for him not to.
Yeah. And a couple of minutes later, you're able to get to your room, and a big steaming dish is brought to you of soup, but it's more of a broth chicken kind of soup with some bread and cheese and buttermilk. Nothing too heavy, but something for you to put down.
Yeah. So I'll eat probably some of it and then just go straight to bed.
All right, you go straight to bed. Rogaris and Celestia, you guys get pissed drunk and have the time. Not Rogaris, but Worgen, you guys have the time of your life, which you always do when you're at the
Awesome.
Temple of Lyra, because they know how to party like it ain't no thing. So you guys are definitely hungover in the morning. I don't know if you guys want to stay there or come back to the keep.
Well, I walk out into the courtyard. How do I feel?
While you're there
Yeah.
at the Temple of Lyra?
In the morning, I walk out into the
Oh,
courtyard.
you feel like death.
I will turn right back around, go back to my room.
All right, you're definitely
At the
hungover.
temple.
Celestia, it's not as bad for you because of your high elf metabolism. You have a little bit of a headache, but I mean, nothing that's really going to, it's more of an inconvenience than anything. Is there anything you want to do first thing in the morning?
Eat.
All right, so you go down to the temple and they're having breakfast. They always have a wonderful presentation of everything you could want, and you enjoy whatever you like. Rogaris, you wake up in the morning, and what do you do?
I'll take the novel that I was reading and fell asleep with, put it back on my nightstand. I'll go downstairs to breakfast.
All right, you go down for breakfast. Oregon, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? You feel rested. You're really rested now.
I go and talk to Valron.
Who's Valron?
Corinth.
All right, you go talk to Corinth.
So I tell him I don't know if you can right now. I have to tell everyone what I saw. Is there a way that you can ascend to Amaroon and just let her know there's something important I need to tell her about what I saw?
Yeah, he says he can do that. He'll do it immediately, and he sends a message and looks. She's like, done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, when I'm stopped feeling queasy, I'm gonna head for breakfast.
At the temple.
At the temple, yeah.
You go down there, and it's a little bit later on, and there's just light leftovers, breads, jams, some cheese, things of those nature. If you want to start nibbling on that, you can.
I will.
Yeah. Good hangover food. Get that gut filled up. Get that bread, and you suck up that alcohol. All right. We'll say you guys all kind of head back to the keep and meet up around mid-afternoon. You guys can be doing whatever you want. Oregon, you are given a message that Lady Amaroon has arrived and is in your study.
I will ask everyone to join me in the study.
All right. So everyone's located, and you guys all go into the study. You see Amaroon's there. She greets you. She gives Kate a hug, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are never boring.
Oh, not so loud.
You guys are never boring." She flicks you in the ear.
Ow, ow.
You need to learn to handle your alcohol there better, Mr. Morgren.
I go and make sure, I kind of open the door to make sure nobody's outside, and then I close the door again.
She's like, "Do you need privacy?"
Yes, I want privacy for us.
She casts a spell, and you can see Corinth approves and is amazed. Like, I want to know how to do that, and you feel like this bubble appear, and she's like, no one can hear or listen to anything we have to say in this room. So Arkleth tells me you guys went on a mission for the crown.
Yeah, I kind of look at Amaroon again. I'm like, so nobody can hear us outside of this.
Nope.
So Oregon all of a sudden just explodes and starts screaming, "I saw Lady Ebb and she killed me 800 friggin' times," and then kind of just drops to his knees.
Amaroon just gives everyone a strange look, like, is he on crack? Did he sniff mushrooms? What is... She's like, stop.
I don't know, but he was really loud.
She flicks you in the ear again.
So Oregon
all I know is Arkleth said the crown had sent an expedition to Tiverton. Why that happened, I have no idea, but she's the queen. Crown approved.
I saw Lady Ebb.
Now that's the part. Let's start from the beginning. what happened when you guys were there? I haven't heard or know. You went to Tiverton to find this expedition, is all I know. What did you guys run into while you were there?
A Balor.
Oh, just a Baylor. How the hell did a Baylor just happen to be there?
Well, it came out of the
You
cold
wanna
blood.
you wanna give me the whole details of what happened? Baylors just don't go to someplace like, oh hi, a Baylor, let's just go shake his hand. How the hell did that happen?
It was summoned.
No,
It was summoned by priests with cultists there that sacrificed themselves. They had victims there that were tied up that were also sacrificed.
Rogaris will go and hand her one of the symbols that he had taken off of one of the dead cult member people.
She looks at it. She's like, oh, God. Of course it would be Eb. She just rubs her face.
Yeah, this just keeps on getting better and better, doesn't it?
So, we'll get to that, Oregon. So, there's a Balor. You guys have obviously defeated it in the Knolls, from what you're telling me. What happened afterwards? I guess Celestia, anybody, Rogaris. So
Well,
after you
I think
defeated the
what they're forgetting to
Balor,
mention is the high priest cultist
okay,
dude
start from the beginning.
got
You
away.
guys arrive at Tiverton from the beginning. What the hell happened? From the beginning.
So we arrived
Step-
there.
you
There was a
arrived
group
there.
of gnolls and priests and sacrifices all set up. There was one head priest that was leading the entire summoning.
Okay,
He
now we're
managed to
getting
get
somewhere.
away.
Okay, unfortunate.
He
but-
managed to get away with 2 others that teleported him.
Okay,
The others started to sacrifice and filled up symbols, and I kind of draw out the symbols. And that allowed for the summoning of the Balor. And then the Balor came, and we had to fight all of the gnolls, and we had to fight all of the trolls, and we had to fight all the priests that were remaining. And then,
there were trolls there.
were there trolls? I can't remember now.
No, there's
There
just
were
Knolls.
gnolls.
There were no
and,
there were just gnolls.
Regular.
Gnolls and
Yep.
kobolds?
Or ghasts.
Yeah, I can't remember
There were
what.
4
Yeah,
undead
ghouls.
there. I remember that.
There were
Yeah.
ghouls.
Yeah, we
ghouls.
killed that
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, so there were ghouls, and there were gnolls, and then there was the Balor.
All right, and then you fought them and you defeated them obviously because you wouldn't be standing here if that wasn't the case. Right. So what happened next?
So next, we noticed that some of this stuff was getting purified, but not that quickly. So Celestra went back and got a bunch of priests in order to help us to purify Silverton from
Okay.
this muck.
Okay.
In the
Makes
meantime,
sense.
like I normally do, we try to get information from the dead. And so
Okay.
I separated one of the cultists that had the symbol of Ebon there, and I tried to pretend I was one of the members of the cult, and tried to figure out where the head priest would go. Well, that didn't work out so well, and I saw Lady Ebb.
What do you mean you saw Lady Ebb?
After finishing talking with the dead, I basically got transported. I don't know how else to put it. My mind was taken, fell into darkness, where I ended up somewhere speaking with Lady Ebb, and I described Lady Ebb with the flowing hair that looks like it was moving, and the dress that was also kind of moving along. And
You're sure it was Ebb?
yes,
I mean, what did she tell you?
that either we follow her or die.
You see concern come over Amarin's face. Well, we know she knows who you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not good.
Mm-mm.
What'd you do now, Ray?
Who's Ray?
I tried not to tell her, but every time at first, she played along, but afterwards, when I didn't answer, it felt like I had died hundreds of times in the matter of a second.
I'm surprised you lived, honestly. And I'm not saying that just to be...
I tried to be very polite.
With Ebb?
It's like the only time you see Oregon try to smirk after he said anything since the encounter.
Well,
There we
I'm
go. There's the Oregon, I
amazed
remember.
you survived, but you did. Probably because it was more of a mental pull, your soul kind of thing. She couldn't kill you there. She could hurt you, but she couldn't kill you.
But she managed to do something.
Through
She tapped me on the head, and it felt like she had implanted something.
She is a god among gods. She can do all kinds of things that we don't even know she can do.
And do you know what that may have been? The priests that came later managed to remove the darkness from me.
So I've been, in my own capacity, been doing more research about her. There's not a lot known, but in the beginning, Ao and Eb fought for domination of what they wanted the universe to be. Eb wanted darkness and chaos and the way things were at the time. Ao did not. And a war ensued. And from that war, Ao won. And somehow banished her to where nobody knows. And then, pretty much through stories, as we were for children, that he started everything from him, Selune and Shar formed, and then the rest is, mythological.
She wishes to kill everything that he has created.
Well, if you were imprisoned by your brother, would you want to get revenge?
I tried to convince her otherwise, but it didn't work.
Well, nice try, but she is pure. She is everything opposite of Ao. He is law and order and light and justice, and he's all about the law and order and the structure of how things play. He's very hands off. He created the rules of how the universe works, in a sense. He has power over the gods. He's intervened in the time of troubles before. We all know how that went. He's no one to be trifled with. The fact that he imprisoned her, where he imprisoned her, where she is right now, we don't know. We just know the ten are trying to free her. But this doesn't sound like that. What was the purpose of this? The only thing I can think of, and you guys can chime in, is that this event was... She's all about chaos, which fits perfectly with the demons and their agenda. They're all about sowing discord and chaos. So the fact that a Balor, which seems to have come from one of Yennegu's flock, was able to be transferred is weird. That there's a connection there. I don't know what yet, but it seems to make sense, since demons, because of who and what they are all about destroying everything. It fits with her agenda. But I've never heard of a direct link before between Eb and any kind of demon prince or demon lord. So that's troubling in itself. But why Tiverton? Why there? Why now? Did you guys find anything else when you guys were looking around or anything like that?
No.
This is indeed troubling.
I mean, the entire site was pretty much razed to the ground. It's obvious that whatever had initially happened there pretty much leveled the entire place, except for
the shades,
some of the remnant of the outer walls.
The dark magic that they used from the Dark Weave, and they were very much a bad bunch of characters. I fought against them. They no longer exist, but yeah, not good. A lot of this is not adding up, so I'm going to go start making some inquiries about this. This seems too convenient and too well orchestrated. This just doesn't sit right with me. Can you tell me anything else about your encounter with Eb?
I go through everything.
All right.
I'll tell her about the falling, the fact that it was dark except for a short light, how she kind of appeared, her appearance, and the way she teleported. When I asked her why, to kind of show like the rage face. Yeah, I go through everything.
Okay. And she's like, all right. She's pondering. All right. There's more questions than there are answers right now. So I suggest.
Do you think that Taverton will be safe if the king and queen decide to start sending parties back to there?
It is now. There was a side effect from that event happening. I don't know why the event happened there, what the goal was, but the ramification was it immediately drew all the priests there who were able to finally do something about Taverton. No one ever approached it because the darkness, the shadows were so potent that I'm surprised you guys were able to penetrate through that. A lot of people don't even get that far. Priests and other groups have tried before and have disappeared. That shadow has a way of driving people insane, or people have just gone missing. That's why no one ever went there. So I don't know why the crown did what it did. I'm going to find out why they thought that this was a good time to do this. So Council of Nobles, with the permission of the queen, gives whoever's in charge orders, and then they send the expedition out. So I want to find out why that order was given.
Has there been any change to the monarchy recently?
Everyone looks lawful.
What'd she say?
To the monarchy? No. I mean, the Council of Nobles changes.
Ooh.
There's two things that were said that linger in my mind
What's
from
that?
my conversations with Eb.
Yes.
The first is that the dead know everything.
They tend to do that, yeah.
And then the other part is when I mentioned that my past life, as you can say, was more about wealth. She immediately offered me wealth.
Oh, she's going to tempt you, Oregon. She's going to try to tempt everybody to join her.
Is it possible that she got to somebody in the monarchy or the crown?
It's a valid
They
point.
appear to be the sacrifices that came out.
That's the crown calling you right now.
Rogaris will kind of butt in. Oregon, the orders that we got sending us to there, do we know who would have requested that we go? Is it possible that somebody who is newer onto the Council of Nobles that does not like us could possibly have been the one who sent us?
The one who sent it to us I have written as High Commander Julan.
Yes.
So who's in charge of him? Because if it's somebody on the Council of Nobles, would they have been able to pick who they try to send? I mean, if obviously everybody that's gone there before is dead.
You know,
This might have
Aaron
been
says
somebody
the
trying to get
Council of
us
Nobles,
killed.
she's like, I'm a little bit behind on who's on the Council of Nobles. She's like, I really hate politics. But I know our class father is on there. He's
Out of character, would I know that Lady Egath, who is that lady who had originally sent us out, and Oregon kind
Make
of
a
pissed her
history
off?
check.
Because I don't know if Oregon, how much of that he would have told us all.
Make a history check.
That's a 13.
No, the Eadget thing, I told you everything.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. After the encounter with Eadget, I told you
You
guys
know
all
that
that.
she
Okay,
is
so-
now on the Council of Nobles.
Okay, is it possible Lady Egath may have sent us
You
there
have no
hoping
idea.
we'd die?
You have no idea. Unless you're making
I'm
quotes.
actually thinking it's not the ones that sent us. The ones that sent us may have done it with righteous intent to find those that were sent before it. But who sent the initial party after a long period of not sending anyone to Toverton? Basically to be sent there at a time where they were looking for sacrifices.
Aaron's like,
And then
those
was
are
there
good
anybody in that
questions.
initial party that would have been of any sort of significance or importance?
From
Well, you looked at the people.
they were
prepared.
just archaeologists, purple dragon knights. There was nobody of name statue there. Maybe they're from noble families, but they would not have been. These were your nerd scientist kind of people that love looking at architecture and stuff like that. There was the four that died. One was a priest, one was an archaeologist. The other two looked like soldiers, or no, two were archaeologists. One was a priest. She was a priestess. You didn't see who it was because she didn't have anything left of her holy vestments or anything that you could identify with. And looked like one of the soldiers. But from your initial report that it was a party of 30 that were sent there.
So I'm wondering if the other 20-something members of that party, if their blood is what filled that pit.
Everyone's probably makes a sad face, like most likely yes.
So who sent that party to the slaughter?
That's what we need to find out. And that's something you're going to have to find out because this connection with Yinagu and Eb is more pressing for me than finding out who sent you. So I'm going to research and find out what the hell this is about. That has more troubling implications than... Not that your stuff is important, but this is bigger. So let's
Understood.
divide and conquer. I'll find out what the hell this is.
Do you know if Lord Traylon is at the keep?
Don't know. You have to find Arclith. He's over in Arabelle. So if he's anywhere, Lord Traylon would be there too.
That's where I was thinking to go next.
You're more than welcome there anytime. You were pretty much... She just looked at you, Lord Commander. Welcome at the Del Castle home anytime.
Thank you.
But the Del Castles and the Traylons are allies now, and so either one of them... I know House Traylon is also a member of the council, along with the Del Castles. So Lady Egatha is... While you guys are away, she was promoted, but I don't know the inner workings as well as maybe those they would. Oh, sorry, politics isn't my bag, bud.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Okay.
All right. So
I'll
with that,
let you get to it, Amaroon. Thank you very much.
She waves her hand. The bubble goes away. You see magic just dissipate, and then she's off and running. And then you see the butler come in. He's like, "But I've brought refreshments." Oh, what a
Amaroon,
waste.
please take one for the road.
She's like, "Sure." She grabs his things of wine and drinks it, pats him on the face, and just takes off. He kind of blushes. I do love that Lady Eberhoon. Anybody else since I'm here? He gives you all a sour look like
I'll take one.
there's water and wine.
Okay,
take
so I'll
one
take
of
a
each.
water.
He looks at you, Morgan. May I suggest some water with lemon, sir?
Okay.
I'll look over into him and ask if he can go get some freshly milked cow's milk.
Of course, Lady Celestia. And then he puts the tray down and goes, and then a few minutes later he comes back with your milk. Will you need anything else, sir? He looks at you, Oregon.
No, not right now. Thank you very much.
Very good. In fact, I will bring more food. You did not eat enough. And he just walks away. He doesn't even ask your permission. He just says he's going to do that.
All right.
All right,
think-
Ebb and Shade, what is your plan?
I look over to the party and say, I don't even drink milk.
Buttermilk. I have suddenly gotten a better taste of buttermilk.
It's really delicious.
I know. I've been getting used to that. So
Somewhere
I
more
think-
Karen's like, yes, drink your buttermilk.
I think we need to go to House Traylon and try to figure out who sent the initial party.
Agreed. I also think, though, Morngrim, do you still have contacts in things like the Thieves Guilds here in the city?
Maybe.
I think that it would probably be worth it to put out a feeler to see what we can find out about Lady Egeth and a sudden new promotion that she's got.
That might not be a good idea.
I figure if we have it through the Thieves Guild, at least it can look kind of anonymous as to who's checking into her.
We can maybe keep it more general.
Have possibility of some other unscrupulous people looking into why are we asking about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I let's leave them out of the out of this one for now.
All right.
You know, while it's a good contact and all that stuff, it's also yeah.
Okay. How far away is Arabelle from where we are?
You're in Arabelle. You want to go to?
We're just outside, right?
Yeah, I said Arabelle, but I mean the capital of.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just went completely blank because I'm an idiot, and the capital is. Give me a second. I can't believe I forgot this already. Should be, if I'm not mistaken. Well, if I can just pull it up on the map. Come on, cooperate with me, Roll20. I swear, this thing hates me, man. Give me a second.
Well, just simple. How far away is the castle?
Well, you know you need to go to the capital to find the Traylons and stuff.
Yeah. How far away is it? I'm trying to figure out how much.
I mean, it's a 2-day travel by horse. If you want to travel through other means, then you're gonna have to use.
Does Celestra know a tree over there?
Oh yeah, she's in the Traylon household. There's a giant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep track of my nature, sir.
Yeah. So Celestra, think we could get
Zuzel, thank you. Good lord, I couldn't even. It wouldn't pull up. I'm like, I need my damn map. There's so many damn cities, I can't keep track of all this. But yeah,
So
Zuzel.
Celestra, you think you can give
It's
us?
It's actually a 4-day travel by horse.
Okay.
It's not that
But we
bad.
have the tree.
You have the tree. You can travel, and you don't need to be in the city. You can travel to a tree outside the city and be good.
Yeah. Any tree that Celestra knows in Suzel. You think you could take us there, Celestra? What time of day is it, by the way?
It is late afternoon right now.
Okay, so we still have time.
Yeah, before we go, I need to talk to our alchemist. I got a neat little thing that'll keep her busy for a while.
Okay,
Yeah, I wanna
please
go
make sure
visit
you
her.
warn her.
Oh, I plan on.
All right, you go over to the alchemist shop, and she is in her lab. She's in front of a bunch of burning stuff and bubbling stuff, and looks like one of those laboratories. And Kata's in there with her, and her and
Oh,
Kata.
hi, Kata.
Before you can even say hi, Kata, the elf puts up her finger, like, don't say a word. And you can see her and Kata are very slowly moving a potion near a fire that's got a little cauldron on it. She's like, now, 3 drops and 3 drops only into the cauldron. And Kata's like, okay. And you see her slowly turn it, 1 drop, 2 drop.
And this is when Morngrim says, "Hi, Kata."
3 drops. And then she
tempted.
slowly puts the vial over and puts it down. And then you see them both. Oh. Like. And then she looks at you, she's like, what's so damn important that you would interrupt my work, sir?
I pull out the.
Do you
the
have
vial
any
of
idea what we are doing here? Do you know how dangerous it is, what we were creating? And Kata's like, yeah, Uncle Morgan, we could have blown up.
What were you making that could have blown us up?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Kata looks away like,
I like our alchemist.
But I brought you a new toy to check out.
oh, really? What could
I don't
you
know what
possibly
it
brought?
is, but it's pretty nasty stuff. Be very careful. It
Oh, it can't
Might
be
be
that bad.
bad.
She's like, what is
Acidic
it? She
or
puts out her
something.
hand. Like,
I'd be. Yeah, I carefully put the vial in her hand.
She says, wait a minute. What is it in the vial?
It's some sort of, I don't know, acid type substance
Acid type substance.
that has to deal with demons,
What?
possibly.
What? And she just see her freeze.
Just be
Don't
careful.
Move. You idiot. You've been running around with that this whole time?
Well, not this whole time.
Don't move. She slowly creeps off. She's like, Kata. And Kata's like, yeah. Go get me those. She just points prong things over there. And she's like, okay. Kata's slowly creeping and brings it over. And then she gives it to her. And she's like, okay. I want you to slowly take that out. Using just your 2 fingers, touch it as little as possible. And just hold that out steady.
Okay.
And then she slowly takes the things and she wraps it, she clinks onto it, and then she slowly moves it over to the area and puts it into one of the bigger things, and she's just puts it down. And then she's like, and Kate is doing they're both doing that thing again, like, oh God, oh Jesus, and then she.
Care to fill me in on why the suspense?
Do you have any idea what that substance can do?
Well, obviously not.
Do you know if that had shattered into your pouch, what would have happened?
I have a vague idea.
I don't think you do.
Care to fill me in?
Well, it could do a whole bunch of things. Since it is the ichor of a demon lord, not a demon lord per se, but in your case, some kind of demon entity. What level of demon did this come from?
Well, more like what came out of it.
What came out? What was the demon? And she starts naming demons like imp. What?
It was a big one with a big sword
one.
and a whip.
Not a Balor.
I think that's what they called it.
You see just her eyes twitch with glee. You brought me the remnants of a Balor?
Yeah, I thought you might like it.
Yes, I would like it very much. And you see Katie going, yes, I like it too. You may go now. They're just staring at it.
I'm glad you liked it.
Go away.
Go.
Go away.
Kid and the Alchemist are going all children of the corn on us.
All right. So that's done. Where do you guys want to...
Can Rogaris go see Sionia? Our elven ambassador lady?
Yeah, the alchemist lady here. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Just imagine if she would have seen the entire pool of this stuff.
No, she would have.
Yeah, Rogaris wants to walk in right at the end of that exchange where they're being weird.
So you just see Morgan coming in with this disheveled look on his face. And then Rogaris, you walk in and you just see her and Kata just staring at this vial of some kind of black substance and just staring at it.
It's a real pain to get off of your armor, that stuff.
She doesn't look away from that. She's like, I'm surprised you lived.
Yeah, I got thrown in it twice.
I'm really surprised you're alive right now.
I'm a little hard to kill.
You are lucky the armor you wear is what it is. And then she slowly turns to you and gives you a look like you were lucky. It just seems everyone want to interrupt my work today. Yes, Master Rogaris, how can I be of assistance for you?
Did it arrive yet?
Yes, it did.
Where is it?
She's like, hold on. She rings a little thing, and a servant comes. She's like, could you please get Master Rogaris his puppy, please? And the guy goes running off, and then her and Kate are just going back to staring at that, and they're starting to talk like, so, which test do we do first? And she's like, well, I have a couple things, and then she's grabbing books and she's starting to look through. Maybe we can do this. And Kate's like, oh, what about this one? She's like, no, we can't do that one. No, the keep could blow up. She's like, oh, it's just like, but if we do this and this, she's going through all this magical stuff, and then this guy comes in with this little puppy, and comes over and gives it to Celestia. She holds it up, and she's like, Selena, she's like, now I've placed a collar on it for now because he's a puppy. You don't want to lose him, so he will vamp and disappear. But with this collar, all you need to do is once you give him a name, say his name, he can come back to you.
So he didn't have a name already coming from the breeder where you got him from?
I let you pick the name. Just touch the gem on there. You need to put a little bit of your blood. Give the creature a name, and then the collar will work in that way. And the collar
Rogaris bites his thumb, goes over and puts his bloody thumb now on the gem on the collar.
Okay.
It says, "Hi, Blinky."
Blinky.
Yeah.
You named.
Wouldn't the name end up being Hi Blinky?
Get out. She just looks at you. Get out.
Come on, Blinky to Blink Dog.
All
How
that
awesome is
work, and you called him Blink. Get out. Get out of my shop right
What
now.
would you have called
Get
him?
out.
It's him, right?
Doesn't matter. Get out. Get out of my shop. You sicken me.
Oh my god, you started looking up.
You and Blinky can go be happily ever after. Go away.
So worth it.
And then
Rogaris
as you're leaving, you see her and
pull a little piece of jerky out, start feeding it to him,
the dog,
pet him.
this little puppy just starts eating it right away. So you now have a little Blink puppy with you, Blinky.
Yay!
Anybody else want to bother the alchemist?
Nah, I'm ready to go to House Traylon. Just waiting for these two to come back.
Well, you see Morgan come back with this look of like he just got tongue lashed by a bunch of women, and then Morgan comes back oblivious to everything. Or, I'm sorry, Rogaris comes back with this new little puppy.
All right, are we ready?
What are you gonna do with Blinky, Rogaris?
Oh, I've cleared room out in my pack and made like a little cushion section near the top so he can sort of stick his head out if he wants.
Okay, you put Blinky in there, and he starts gnawing on the side of your knapsack.
You're gonna have some great stealth checks moving forward. All right.
He's like, all you hear
I
is
already
little,
don't.
He's already like,
I know.
he's
It's
already
gonna be even worse.
He's already ripping at your pack. Like,
I cut off like a little section of my hemp rope and tie it up so there's a knot on each end and it's about a foot long. I give it to him and say, "Now, Blinky, you're gonna chew on this instead."
You give it to him, he just starts tearing it up. Like,
Good boy.
it just starts, and so the whole time you guys are moving, all you see is the back of Rogaris' pack just moving constantly as this little puppy is just attacking this rope, and then pokes his head out, looks around, and then goes back and attacking the rope. So just all you see is movement from his pack all the time. All right.
All right.
You guys teleport to Zizel via Celestia's tree. You teleport right outside the city gates, and you guys are in Zizel. And that's where we're going to end it for today. So, with that being said, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today in our D&D campaign. Leave comments, subscribe to or thumbs up on the video. Same thing with Twitch. Everybody that watched us on Twitch, thank you very much appreciated. If you like what we're doing here, maybe think about supporting us through our Patreon. Helps us keep going with everything that we're doing. So we're going to call it there good there. It's a good place to stop. So hope everybody had a great time. On behalf of myself and the Ebon Shade crew, thank you guys for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Easter, and we will haunt you later. Peace.